Welcome to Stories from the River, a show in which we go behind the scenes at Broad River Retail.
I have worked at the River for just a little over 2 years. Actually, just had my 2-year anniversary last week.
I've worked at Broad River for a little over 3 years. I started in December 2021.
So I have now attended 3 awards galas with Broad River Retail. My first one was about 2 weeks after I started with the company. It was a great way to get brought into the organization.
This is my second awards gala.
I am most looking forward to this evening spending time with my team and celebrating all of their wins and accomplishments from 2024.
I'm most looking forward tonight to celebrating all of the memory makers that make this company what it is. Broad River feels like a family, so you can definitely feel the love in the air tonight. I think events like this are really important. It's important to take a pause and reflect on all the accomplishments from the previous year. We've accomplished a lot in the last year, so you can definitely, everyone's super excited to celebrate.
I believe everybody in the South is planning on watching tonight's live stream. I know everybody was really excited that they are going to get a chance to take a sneak peek inside of what it is that we're doing here, especially those people who are really pushing to become $1 million memory makers this upcoming year. Tried to be awards awards galas are very stressful for women, much more so than men, I think. And we got to make sure we get it perfect, and it has to be comfortable, and you got to be able to move around in it and all the good stuff. So
it's pink and sparkly, obviously. It's a glitzy glam type of night, so I saw it and I thought this would fit in, and it has pockets, and that's a plus.
My prediction on best dressed tonight, that's a hard one. I've seen a lot of people out during cocktail hour, and they all look amazing, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pick somebody. That one's too hard.
Prediction for best dress. That's tough. Everyone's looking really sharp out there, but I was just speaking with Jim Goins before I walked in, and he's wearing a really cool plaid suit, so my vote's for Jim Goins.
So we had $10 million memory makers in the Savage South this year, which I'm really proud of and excited about. Jackpot bonuses totaling about $120,000, which is amazing. So the South has 4 experts at this year's gala. We had three people that became experts just this year, so it'll be a first time for 3 of those people. So we had some incredible performances in the South in 2024, and I think some of the ones that stand out to me the most are probably the Columbia store, also known as the Bloodline, managed by Troy Walker. They have an amazing team there. Troy's an amazing GM and has really transformed that location, so they had a really incredible year. Also, I think on an individual level, there's a lot of people I'm really proud of this year that have, for different reasons, but I know Alice Barnes, who is an HFP that works in our Columbia store, has been with us for 10 years, and this is her first time becoming a $1 million memory maker, so that was really special to all of us. And Lance Klein, who's a sales manager in Columbia, it's his first time hitting 1.5 million. It's the most anybody's ever done in the South, so we're pretty proud of him for that. Brandon Munoz, he is a first-time $1 million memory maker. He also earned expert this year, so proud of that performance. I think Jefferson Lazar is also one. He's my sales manager in Augusta, and he also achieved expert this year in addition to becoming a $1 million memory maker.
Yeah, the merchandising team, we stay busy. And so when I think about the highlights from last year, one of my favorite highlights was the book club that we set aside time for. So we try to do it weekly. And the most recent book that we read was, it's called The Speed of Trust by Stephen Covey. And we met on it weekly, and it felt like a safe space for us to be vulnerable and discuss what we had read the previous week. And it was just a really special time for us to connect as a team. So my favorite book was called Soundtracks. It was by John Acuff. It's a really good book. It can apply to your professional life, but it can also apply to your personal life.
My standout memories from 2024 are really all over the place. It was an incredible year for the Savage South, so I'm really proud of my team and all the things that we've accomplished. It was also a challenging year. I think we had some things happen throughout the year that really kind of called on all of us to kind of rally together and support one another. I think Hurricane Helene was one. We were really impacted by that in our Augusta and Aiken stores, and memory makers helping memory makers is a really incredible thing to see, and I think we have a company that really fosters that kind of environment here and really encourages people to be that for one another. So we had a lot of really great support as a team, and we've won more this year in the South than I think the South probably ever has, and so that always feels great. And I know I have an incredible group of leaders that are really proud of what we accomplished last year, so it was just a great year all the way around.
So I'm gonna say market. Market is one of my favorite parts of this job, whether it's Las Vegas market or High Point market. It's a really great opportunity for the merchandising team along with our leadership to come together, collaborate on our current assortment and our future assortment, assess any needs. It's also a really great opportunity to collaborate with our partners at AFI, Ashley Furniture Industries, and we get to see new product, and that's my favorite part.
So following Hurricane Helene, there were a lot of people in our organization who really met the moment. But I think for me in my region, my Augusta team really stepped up. They were instrumental in making sure that the supplies that we were getting in were being sorted and distributed to the people in need. They were always there whenever we needed them to be, to offload trucks, organize supplies, whatever it is. So I would say Jeff Lazar and Joseph McDonald did a really incredible job of kind of being the leaders in terms of all of that support.
I'm really proud of the merchandising team for all we've accomplished in the last year. One of our goals was to connect with more memory makers on a store level. So we made a goal to make it into every single one of our stores and have those connections with the retail teams and the visual teams at a store level. So going in and speaking about what's like wins at a certain store or opportunities, and discussing the wins and how can we apply those to other stores. It was really great for strengthening the lines of communication at a store level. So I'm really proud of the merchandising team.
So I would say in 2024, I connected in a lot of different ways. I feel like it was my second year with the company, and so I kind of had a better idea of what I was doing and where I was going, and it was really a year for me to be able to develop some of the relationships that I started in 2023 when I first started, but I really started to embrace the collaboration with some other departments and some other people, and then of course spending time with my team and collaborating with them and really building something incredibly special.
We've had so many opportunities to connect with other memory makers in the last year. I would say one of my favorite times that we've connected in the last year was as a merchandising team. We met at the Fort Mill office, and we had a day where we made our vision boards for the future. And so not only was it a fun arts and crafts moment and project, but we got to, it kind of forced us to put pen to paper and put our goals down on paper and share those with the group. And it, in a way, at least for me, has held me accountable for the goals that I put down on paper. So it was a really special day for the merchandising team.
Tonight at the gala, I think I'm most excited to connect with my team. I think it's really great for us to have an environment like this where we can celebrate everybody's wins and they can celebrate each other's wins, and we do a lot together as a team. We win together. We're very competitive independently within our group, but everybody always wants to see everybody else win too, so it's really great that we can all be here together to celebrate each other's accomplishments from last year.
Honestly, this connection right now, I was really excited to get invited onto the podcast. I've seen it on YouTube, and I'm just really excited to have this connection that'll get dispersed to the memory makers.
It's always great to be able to hear from the people who win, because it's always emotional and there's always a story that goes along with it and something that's really significant to them. And I think it touches people. So I'm always excited to hear from the people who win the awards. I think all the awards that we give out are incredible and special, and we do a really great job of kind of encompassing everybody within the organization, and there's something for everybody to strive for, and we do a good job of spreading that recognition out.
It's got to be Memory Maker of the Year. It's the highly coveted Memory Maker of the Year. I'm excited to see who wins it.
Memory Maker of the Year award, that's a big one, and it is our most coveted award, and that's I'm glad I'm not on that committee. I would not want to have to be the person that decided that. There's so many people, like really incredible people that work inside of Broad River Retail. I'm really proud to be part of this organization, and I think there's so many people that are deserving of that honor.
The winner of the Memory Maker of the Year award, that's tough. It's tough for me to say. I know that there's some stiff competition, and I'm sure it was a really difficult call. So I don't have a prediction, but I can confidently say that whoever wins the award, it's going to be well deserved.
When I look back on 2024, I think the thing I'm most proud of is just the accomplishments of my team, not only from a metric standpoint. We did a lot of great things. We hit a lot of numbers that we've never been able to hit before in the South, but the relationships that my team developed with one another, and GM to GM, sales manager to GM, GM to HFC, like all of us together, we really are a team and take a lot of pride in that. And I think we have a really great culture in the South. So that culture is probably what I'm most proud of for 2024.
I'm really proud of this time last year in 2024 at the Memory Makers Gala. I was awarded the Merchandising MVP award, and it was a surprise. I wasn't expecting it at all. So it was really great to be recognized amongst my colleagues, and I felt really proud of it and to be a part of such a great team and work for a really special company.
So in 2025, which you can look for from the South, is that we are going to learn and get better and keep practicing our crafts and getting a little bit better every single day. But watch out, because we're coming for everybody else. We're going to do some great things in 2025.
Thanks for listening to Stories from the River. To check out more episodes, visit storiesfromtheriver.com. Join us again next week, and remember to like, rate, and subscribe to the podcast.